We're live. Episode 44.
44.
I almost started singing a song, but it's not even 44.
Okay.
The way you said it made me think of, is it 96 degrees? It made me think
I ain't got no man.
44 degrees.
It's 44 degrees. I don't have
What?
nothing.
No. You sing a song. Good to be back, though. We back.
Hey. Well, half the we didn't leave, you know?
I'm glad to be back.
Hey, I'm happy you're here.
Yeah. It's a good episode. I enjoy listening to it. I
audio-
enjoy listening to it.
The audio quality, kind of trash.
Yeah, I turned it up too high, I think.
I think it was just from how it was extracted from the video.
Nah.
So, I noticed today at the old BG, got a quick 18 in this morning. Bluegrass,
Gotcha.
baby. They have like a board of everyone who's gotten a hole in one there.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question for you because on there it said like, what hole it was, what club they use, where they're from, all that stuff, right? So my question to you is, you know how sometimes we'll go and we'll play break whatever number, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we'll play from the reds. You get a hole in one off the reds.
I ain't telling them. It was from tips.
It's from the tips.
No, I would say.
I mean, you still got a hole in one, but that's like, I would put that kind of in the
does
same.
Does it say what tees they got it on?
So I don't know,
I don't think.
but I would
does.
imagine they'd ask.
I don't think they would. I feel like a hole in one's a hole in one. Dude, I got a story about a hole in one.
But you're not playing from the spot that you're supposed to.
Not necessarily. We're trying to break a number. We're playing from whatever we wanted to. If they weren't mad, but if they were trying to like discount my hole in one, I'd say you go out there and try to hit that hole in one.
I've had 3 people, like in the last 4 days, I've had 3 people ask me what my handicap is.
Do you know?
It's insane how like in the mid.
It's
80s.
insane. Like it's actually hard to get your handicap.
Yeah.
Like you have to play like I don't remember the amount of rounds you have to play in not in a row, but you have to keep track of your score for a certain amount of rounds, and that gives you your handicap.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of rounds. That's why I like 18 birdies. It actually gives it for you. If you looked on there.
Yeah, 18 birdies is tough though because sometimes I use that like
Scrambling and stuff.
for a scramble.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, yeah, but.
Yeah, I would. If you're like consistently shooting in the 80s, you're like, what's that, like 14, 15 handicap probably?
I don't know.
I think that's how it works. I don't really know how it works.
I really don't know how it works.
I got a question. I got a story that I saw on the old TikTok of a hole in one thing. Okay. And I thought it was pretty funny. And I don't know I want to ask what you would do in this scenario. All right. So I'm going to paint the picture. There's a group of guys golfing on a golf course.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a par 4 that like dog legs and you can't see like around like these trees. Like it's you can't see the green.
But it's drivable?
It's drivable. And they're on the green putting. This group of friends were putting, and a ball runs up on the green or hits into them. So the guy ticked off, kicks the ball, and it goes into the hole. And then the guy that hit the ball was an old man, drove up looking for his ball, and they're just like, uh-oh. They're like, he's like apologizing that he hit into him. He's like, I couldn't see the green and no one was up here. And then they told him that it was in the hole, and the guy was just like, I think he started crying.
Yeah,
he's like,
that's my first. I've been playing.
He's like, I've been golfing. He's like, I golfed with my wife all the time. Never got a hole in one. Golfed with my son. Never got a hole in one. They both died. Yeah. And he's like, now I feel like
finally did it.
Now he's like, now I feel like I can like I lived my life or whatever.
Yeah.
And he was just crying. The guys were like like, yeah, man, that's awesome.
Like,
whatever.
you did it.
Yeah, great job. They went and signed as they were the witness that he hit a hole in one at the clubhouse. So like it was official. And then they found out the guy died like a week later. That's crazy. The guy was literally holding on
to hit a hole in
one, and he finally.
That's a poke from somebody who's.
I don't know how long the hole was, but like, could you imagine?
Yeah,
you have to live with that now.
Yeah,
like the guy's up in heaven, and he found out that he actually hit a hole in one.
Yeah,
and so he's just gonna haunt your life now.
Yeah,
like that's crazy to me. I mean, you have to in that scenario. You can't be like. No, I was mad and I kicked it in there.
Kicked it in.
Like you have to,
because that's a bad look.
Yeah, you got to just go with it from that point.
Yeah, you did it, man.
Yeah, but I thought that was it was funny, a crazy story.
Crazy.
Why?
That's a. It's unfortunate.
And you also like you and the friends that golfed. Well, it's now you can't because it's out on the internet, but that's something you have to like swear to secrecy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's something just the four of y'all just. Yeah, that man hit a hole in one. Crazy. Hitting a hole in one would be awesome though. Hitting a hole in one by yourself would suck.
Yeah, that
would suck.
There's a couple things that would suck. A hole in one by yourself would be terrible. What's your first move? You hit a hole in one. Honestly, I have never golfed. There's been one time in my entire life where I've golfed by myself. So, and it was like I was practicing for a sectional meet that nobody else qualified for. So there was like the golf season was over for everybody else but me. So I just like went and played Atlanta one night by myself the night before.
Yeah.
Like.
What was your question though? You asked something. I feel like, what's your first move? Something?
Yeah, what's your first move? You're by yourself. You hit a hole in one.
By myself.
You're by yourself.
I think I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Because I know no one's gonna believe me.
Okay. Right. So would you rather hit a hole in one, by yourself, or would you rather hit a hole in one on a like breakfast ball? Like you just top the shit out of the first one. Like it's so bad.
I'm
like it's a terrible shot and you're like, I'm not playing the rest of my round knowing that happened here. And I'm gonna just hit another ball.
Is it a legit breakfast ball?
No, it's like a.
It's not on the first tee.
It's just like
I'm just
hitting another
friendly mulligan.
Yeah, like I'm just hitting another.
I would do the hole in one by myself.
You would rather that?
Yeah. If it was like a legit like breakfast ball, I think breakfast balls should count, and even professionals, like it's a legit thing. Well, professionals, they warm up for hours beforehand. Everyone else should get a breakfast ball. If it was off a breakfast ball, then yeah, I think that'd be fine. I see that as, we play it as it's the first hit, so I feel like that's fine.
You know what pisses me off?
You
just have you have an absolute smoke show of a drive right to where it should be very findable, gone forever.
Yeah.
Where did it go?
Yeah. Or you always hit. I'm speaking for myself. You hit a good drive or something, second shot's just it's gonna be bad. Like you're driving up there knowing you're like, dude, I just piped that drive, knowing that this next shot is gonna be topped.
Yeah, that's fair. We haven't heard Brock's voice yet.
What's up?
How you doing back there?
Fantastic.
Still like being a dad?
Oh yeah.
Still good thing, because if you said no, you got a long 18 years.
You got a long, long road ahead of you.
Yeah.
You got any highs and lows so far?
I have a kid's a pretty big high.
Yeah.
I
would assume poopy diapers not great.
They're not terrible. They don't stink yet, so.
What? That's a thing?
Probably. I don't know.
Isn't it funny how
Brock also just his 8 hours a day is just
just true.
Just in poop. So I'm sure that this very concentrated little body of poop is.
When you let one rip
Uh-huh.
and you're like, that's bad, that's when you know it's bad.
Yeah.
Like gas mask, like
Yeah.
bad. Because, like, you got to think about it. The amount of times that you just, like, take a dump and you just, like, you don't even smell like anything. Your nose just goes blind, like, instantly. But then you walk into a bathroom that someone else took a dump in and it's, like, the worst thing in the world.
I was pulling a car around for a customer, like for a test drive the other day, and I farted in the car as I was pulling it up, and I was like, "Oh, that was stupid." So I took a lap around the parking lot,
Windows down,
let it air out before I pulled it all the way up. Stupid. What was I gonna say? Something to do with Brock.
Oh, listening to the pod last week, I want to mention that I have almost died in a car with you as well.
But you haven't.
But I haven't. I know two people in my life. You're one of them. The other one's my cousin. That are some of the scariest drivers.
Okay.
Actually, scariest is not the right word. One of the craziest drivers.
Scariest is not even fair.
Crazy driver maybe
isn't even really.
Well, how would you
fair
explain
anymore.
Brady's driving in one word? Like, what's the word?
Dangerously safe.
See, that's what I'm trying to get at. When I ride with my cousin, I'm like fearing for my life.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's not fair.
When I'm driving with you,
you wouldn't let me drive all the time.
No. When I'm driving with you, I feel safe, but like you. Sometimes there's some crazy things that happen. Does that make sense?
So, let me just float this into the air, and just see if it makes sense. Like the amount that I have driven whenever we go somewhere versus you guys driving is like insanely higher.
Yeah.
Right? So
but you're always the one that's like, I want to drive. Like I feel like you don't like not driving.
I mean, I don't not like not drive. I like, but I do. I enjoy to drive. I usually have a car that fits everybody.
Yeah.
But the chances for things to happen are like drastically higher. Because
you've driven.
Because I've driven like
so many.
Right.
So many times,
when we go somewhere, I'm the one that drives pretty much every time, which is like I'm not. That's not me like complaining about driving. That's me saying like, there's going to be more things that are like, oh, that was maybe close or that wasn't great or whatever. Because like,
yeah,
if I've driven 90% of the time that we have gone anywhere together. Like
then obviously
there's going to be.
I was just saying,
and we've been in the same amount of car wrecks.
How many? You've been one?
I wouldn't even call it one.
Yeah, I wouldn't even call mine one.
Yeah, so we've both been in.
Mine is such a crazy story, bro.
Like, well, tell it.
So I was at school and I'm pulling out of my dorm going to the road, and the way our dorm worked, it was really weird. Basically, I'm heading to the road and then there's a side alley that you can go to this other road that we're technically not supposed to take. But anyways, I'm driving and all of a sudden I look to my right and someone I know who's in my classes, I'm not going to say his name. He doesn't listen to the pod, but I'm not going to say it just because of what's going to happen next. Is on his phone not paying attention, and he looks up and we both make eye contact, and I'm at this weird spot to like, I wonder what would happen if I would have hit my brakes, and I like no like, or flooring it, like I was in this weird spot where like I probably could have braked and maybe he would have like barely clipped me, or if I would have flown through, he probably would have just hit the back, but he smoked my passenger door. Didn't smoke it. We weren't going that fast. We're in a parking lot, but it put a big dent in the car door.
So that's worse than the like wreck that I've been in.
Yeah, but so we pull around. I've never had anything like that happen, and I was like, if it was a scratch or something, I don't care. But the car that I'm driving now was the car I was in. Wasn't my car at the time. I was borrowing it from my dad.
Yeah.
Because the other car was getting worked on. So with the big dent in the doors, like I got to do something about it, you know?
Yeah.
So the dude's like trying to get me to not claim it or like get a police report so the insurance can have it. And I'm on the phone with my dad and I'm like, what do I do here? And he's like, you got to just stand your ground, get the police report because we need it for insurance or whatever. And the guy, I hang up with my dad. I'm getting ready to call the police to just come and file the report. The guy's like, dude, please don't. he's like,
I mean,
he's from somewhere in South America. He's like, I don't have my American driver's license.
Oh my gosh, no.
And I was like, dude. And it wasn't his car either. It was his friend's car. And I'm like, dude, like, why are you driving? Like, what are you doing? And so then I was like, dude, I got to do this. Like, I'm sorry. So he calls up his friend whose car it was, and he said that he was the driver driving the car. So then they like did it that way. So it's like I didn't really care because it worked out. Like I don't know if I could go to jail for that. Do we need to take that out?
No.
I don't know, but
it's water under the bridge.
So I was just like,
right?
Yeah.
Who cares?
I don't know. So it was just crazy because he was like, dude, I don't have my license. I was like, it's not my fault.
It sounds like a you problem.
But then his buddy came and said he was driving, and I was like, I really don't care. I just need my police report, and then got it fixed. But it was crazy. I was on my way to an intramural flag football game that I was hyped for, and I just couldn't go.
You missed the whole thing.
It took like forever for the whole thing to go through.
Yeah.
So that was my wreck.
Yeah. Police were not involved in mine.
I feel like a wreck should only count if the airbags go off.
No. You're saying, what do you mean count?
It should be only called a wreck if the airbags go off. Otherwise, it should be called something else.
A fender bender?
Sure.
There is a word for it. It's that.
Really? So when I'm like trying to buy a used car, and it says it has 0 wrecks, it could have some fender benders in there, or no?
Well, the way that works is basically anything that is reported to insurance
is a wreck.
Correct. That's as if insurance doesn't get you enough. That's insurance's way of like kind of getting you again.
Yeah.
Which the worst part of that is like on your Carfax, if there's damage reported on your Carfax, like your car is worth less money. Questions?
Damage reported on your Carfax, your car's worth.
It's like if we're like appraising your vehicle, if your car has been in a wreck, we're looking at the two exact same vehicles, exact same miles, year, make, model, color, everything is the exact same. One has been in a wreck, one hasn't. Even if the damage has been fixed,
dang,
that vehicle's still worth less money.
Even if it was just a door?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Because it's harder to get somebody to buy a car that's been wrecked than not. Because they don't know how it was wrecked. It doesn't, I mean...
yeah, I guess that's true.
Like, you're giving me a story, but like, if you gave me your car... and then I have to try and sell your car, and they can look and see.
Oh, no, but my best friend said it was just a door. Yeah.
Cool.
I got you.
Don't care. You know what I mean?
My car's not a thing anyways.
So, I don't remember where I was getting with that.
I don't know.
Oh, what sucks is it still goes on the Carfax, obviously, like, if you get rear-ended. So, like, I could be sitting at a stoplight, somebody comes up and just smokes me. I did nothing wrong. Car's still worth less.
Were we listening to... Was it you guys that talked about it on the pod last week about insurance? Or am I just...
Yes.
Yeah. Just how it's so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just crazy whoever came up with that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the fact that if I get into a wreck... If I get rear-ended, it's not even my fault. My insurance is going to go up. Or like... I don't know.
So
but this idea
don't know
that
if it goes up if your insurance isn't paying out for that. The other person's insurance would be paying out for that.
Also, we want to talk about sexism, bro. With insurance, the fact that guys and girls car insurance is different is just crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy
It's
because
so dumb.
I know a lot of women that be driving a lot worse
suck
than
at
what
driving
we
than
drive.
I. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Like, it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
but then it's like the second that something happens to their insurance, it's going to go up. And
Yeah.
it'll probably be more than mine.
Well,
but it's just like the fact that a flat rate of like an 18-year-old boy's car insurance is more than an 18-year-old girl is just like, just dumb.
Yeah. Well, and like everything affects it. Like you get a ticket, it affects it. The type of car you have affects it.
A ticket affects your insurance?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder if it
Yes.
affected my insurance after I got that, if I blew that stop sign.
Yeah, the little no stoppy.
Yeah.
I remember that. Was that when you were in college?
Yeah.
Yeah, he texted me and asked if there's a way to get through or get out of a ticket for running a stop sign.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No. I did, but the reason was because
That was while you were going to school.
Yeah, for criminal
yeah,
justice.
the reason was because I feel like I remember Brock saying that cops in Illinois have to have lights on, like some sort of light on. They can't be like
Incognito.
yeah. Which I think is true, actually, in Illinois. Not true in Kentucky. Because this cop was just sitting in the street with no lights on. So,
You could have just stopped.
I could have just stopped, 100%.
Sure.
But that was the reason why I brought it up. And it wasn't like I was actually going to fight it, because it was taking nothing is off my record now. So, maybe. I don't really know how that works. I know a speeding ticket eventually goes off, right?
Yeah.
I didn't have to go to court for it.
Well, it doesn't really come off your record. Like there's still a record of it being there.
I know there's like if you blow two stop signs in
if you get 3 tickets within a year. So I remember if you got 2 tickets before you were like 18, they would take your license away. If you got 3 tickets before you were 21, they would take your license away. And then basically after that, it's like if you get 3 in a year, they take your license away.
Interesting. I was never to that point, but I just remember like worried for a little bit that because I feel like my ticket said something about if I get another ticket for running a stop sign or something in a certain period.
I did all my like classes, and I think I do technically have 1 like on my record still, but I guess they can still see that there was something there, but they just can't see what it was.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know how that works.
It's
But,
just
like,
blacked out.
It's
not high enough.
I think I asked Dill about it one time, because I was like they're off my record, but like if you went and looked up like if you're following me in your car and you were looking at my stuff, like could you see it still? He was like, not technically, but yes. I was like, okay, so
it's like not off your record then.
Right, it's just like it's not like the record of it is still there, but it's like you can't, like, you don't get like in trouble getting it. But if you go on probation and you get a ticket while you're on probation, then there's like a whole nother thing too. So I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff that goes into it. It's just different ways.
Yeah, I mean, I've only gotten one.
Suck
so.
money from you.
Yeah.
I hate Illinois. I hate it here so much. Like if my family wasn't here, there'd be 0 incentive to be here.
Really?
Yeah.
Where would you go? You've seen The Last of Us? Either of you guys? You know what it is?
I know what it is. I haven't
It's like
seen
an apocalypse kind of movie. It kind of gives me... It's like a better version of Walking Dead. Like a lot better version of Walking Dead. But the world ends, basically, because of an apocalypse type thing. And, like, you just survive on your own unless you're... become one of whatever it is. But I was thinking, if that was to happen, like, right now... Would you like just try to survive where you're at right here, or would you try to go somewhere? I guess
I'm
it's
staying.
yeah. I guess it's different for you guys because your family's here and stuff. But I was thinking, and I asked my like family last night at dinner. I was like, would you think we'd try to stay here, or would we try to make the trek to Virginia to be out there? Because if we could make it to Virginia, that's so much better, safer to be out there.
Why?
Because my grandparents have a lot more land. It's remote, and like so, like growing stuff. They have cattle already. Like all of that would be so much better for survival. But it's the fact that you got to try to get there, with cities just being destroyed and stuff not working. And
I don't. If there were no gas stations, I don't think you could make it.
there is gas stations. I don't know.
How does that work?
And then Last of Us, they
like-
were siphoning out of cars that were left on the road to get gas. I don't know. I don't think actually anything like that's gonna happen.
I think at that point, you...
that or you just walk.
No, at that point, you're still in a Tesla. I'm committing Grand Theft Auto, and I'm getting a Tesla.
How are you gonna charge it with no electricity?
Solar. Is there still a sun in this world, or no?
Can they charge solar?
You just need a power source.
You know how to do that?
Do I know exactly how to do it? Absolutely not. But I am way more confident that I am able to find a way to get electricity from the sun using solar panels that already exist than turning oil and corn into a reusable substance or a usable substance to put into my vehicle.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you how to get gasoline to put in my car.
Siphon it.
And then what?
Like siphon it into your car or into like a...
And then what?
What do you mean, then what?
And then put it in your car.
Yeah, what's the next step?
No, I get that, but I'm saying, like, so you're just going to, like, forever just hope that you can go around and siphon gas out of enough cars.
I mean, you're not gonna need it after you get to...
You're not going to go anywhere?
No, like I'm saying the trip to Virginia, if that's where I was trying to go, I would just, if I needed gas, would just try to siphon it off out of cars. But then once I get to Virginia, like, the point of a car is pointless because we're not trying to go anywhere. So it's not like I'm trying to just always, because I know what you're saying, eventually siphoning out of gas out of cars, they're going to run out of cars. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and don't they have horses out there?
Yeah, and they got horses and stuff. So it's like, things have changed a little bit.
Yep. I understand. I was going more so just like to continually have a vehicle to like get wherever.
Oh yeah, solar is definitely the move because
Like,
that's constant.
like you don't have to do any work.
Supply.
Like it just collects itself.
Yeah.
That or even wind. If you could have some sort of windmill going on, like. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I'm confident that I'd be able to get closer that way then.
Probably. I was just thinking about that the other day though. I've been watching it. It's a fire show. Remember a couple weeks ago I was talking about how I'm just in this weird period. I can't find a show I want to watch. Yeah, that's the show I found. So.
Yeah, I'm really bad about just watching YouTube. I just don't like.
I've been watching YouTube. Mostly golf content stuff. That's really about it.
You want a soft launch our idea or no?
Are we doing it?
I'd like
Because
to.
we haven't done anything for it yet, really.
I know we haven't done any. Well, no, we've done a couple of the hard things. We came up with the idea. We've came up with a name and a logo.
You think Bluegrass will let us do that?
Yeah. Why wouldn't they?
I don't know. I actually looked it up, and public courses you're allowed to until they tell you not to. I wasn't sure if it was
You're
like...
kind of allowed to just do whatever you want.
Yeah, I wasn't
until
sure
you're
if it
told
was
not
like
to.
like an illegal or something. Like you had to ask for permission before doing it.
Oh, I would never ask for permission.
Well, eventually you would have to if you're going to like somewhere that's not Bluegrass.
We own Bluegrass.
We are part owners of Bluegrass.
We are part owners.
I don't
of
know if that's how
Bluegrass
it works, but I am the 61st owner.
Yeah, and then I was immediately after you, so I'm the 98th because math.
Oh, we can.
I mean, do you want to, or we could even put the.
Do we have the logo?
I have it to where I could send it to you so you could put it in.
Yeah, I don't care.
No?
What you guys think?
You want to do it?
I mean, you guys are part business owners too.
You want to do it like a different time? You want to save it for
I'm
later?
fine with doing it now. Well, that just means we got to do it.
It's true.
So, which is fine with me.
I'm like
We just have a few purchases we
like
got to make.
I'm like mega down.
I was thinking about doing with the drone would be so cool, bro.
Yeah.
That'd be tough. I've been when we talked about it. What day did we talk about it? Like Monday.
Monday.
I was just all day.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I was thinking about. Looking stuff up, how to do this, blah blah blah, all day. We can soft launch it.
We've got you and I especially just have like a grossly addictive personality.
Yeah.
Like, get an idea for something that we want to do, and it just kind of.
I just get excited. I don't know if it's an addiction, like
addictive, not like.
Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's another word for it.
Yeah.
Not that I can think of, at least. All right.
So we soft launching this thing.
So, soft launch. Ridiculously early stages. But we are planning.
Yeah, not a next week thing.
Not a next week thing.
Hopefully sometime this summer, though.
For those of you who don't know, I am moving into town. So if you know anybody who wants to live out technically on a lake, we out here and we are for sale. With this, I'll have a usable backyard. We will also have the availability to be very close to each other and be able to go to all the different parks and stuff inside of Delavan. There's a fairly popular game called bucket golf. And our goal is to not only play bucket golf, but make relatable and enjoyable content for anyone. You don't just have to be like someone who likes golf. If you like golf, it's going to be a nice, safe space for you. But if you don't like golf, I'm confident that you'll enjoy it enough that you'll hang out. So
yeah, it's gonna be a golf stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be essentially a golf channel.
Bucket golf, golf.
Yeah,
mini golf.
For the main purpose kind of being entertainment, not necessarily like reviews and stuff like that, right?
What's that mean?
Like, we're not gonna just like be buying like different putters and like doing a review on those putters.
Nah.
Like, we're gonna be making.
We ain't got sponsors.
Yeah,
for
we're
that.
gonna be doing like golf content.
It's an excuse to go out and play golf and mini golf more.
Yep. So if you have talked to me about our podcast that we have been doing for nearly 50 episodes, that's insane. you've probably heard me say that if the worst thing that comes out of it is that I intentionally sat down with a couple of my best friends and talked for an hour, awesome. So we're gonna take that same approach, and if
let's spend a little bit more money as we do it.
and if the worst thing that comes out of it is I intentionally talk to and then also play golf with a couple of my best friends, shoot darn.
Yeah. So
That was crazy.
So we were just talking. We've been talking about this a little bit. Like
Yeah.
we wanted
to do it.
We want
for
to
a
do
while.
golf. Like we all, three of us enjoy golf. Like we want to. Why not record us playing golf and do some fun stuff with golf?
There's a lot of room for improvement from all of us. So
yeah,
it's kind of
exactly.
it's
We're
a
not
journey.
good,
We're not-
so it's not like you're gonna watch some bad golfers golf, which might I think be fun
yeah,
to an extent.
club snappage.
Probably not. I don't got the money for that, but it would make some good content. But we brainstormed it a little bit, talked to it, like shot the idea, like, hey, maybe this in the future.
Yeah,
Monday, for some reason, we just like kind of got on it a little bit.
yeah.
Brady's like, hey, I'm moving to town. We
I'm
should
gonna
buy
have a-
bucket golf.
I'm gonna have a big backyard.
Yeah,
We
let's
can
play some bucket golf.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why don't we just start doing some golf stuff with that?
Yep.
And turn that into let's do a league between the three of us or something. I don't know. We haven't figured it all out. So then we had to figure out the name. Finally got the name.
Yeah.
Brock, you want us in the name?
You guys got it.
So we have come up with the name Cornfield Country Club. And right now we're going to insert a image right now.
Was that 38, 39? I'll figure it out.
So
yeah, so that's the logo.
That's going to be our logo.
Our channel will be Cornfield Country Club though.
Yeah.
Golf channel.
Yep. CX3.
CX3. Yes, sir. So yeah, it's in the early stages.
Yeah,
Very
like
early stages.
Super early stages. But if this is something that
telling
think
you guys is actually good for us because
Yeah.
it means we got to start doing
put
something.
some pressure on ourselves. If it's something that you think you'd be interested in, if it's something content that you would like to digest.
If
let
you
us
want
know.
to, if you want to be a videographer for free,
Ooh.
hit us
If
up
you-
because that would be
bro.
massive.
If you own and know how to operate a drone,
I have one and I know how to use it.
you have one? You
My
just
grandpa
have a
does.
drone?
Yeah, like a nice
Okay, that's a
one.
little different. He just let you
Oh yeah.
you just get that thing out and just start flying.
If I was like, hey, can I borrow the drone for an hour to shoot some golf stuff? He'd be like, yeah.
Okay.
He would actually probably come fly it for us.
Okay. Well, yeah. So if you think that you were gonna get a job, pranked.
Yeah. I mean, if you ain't got nothing to do on a Saturday and you want to come watch us try to attempt some golf stuff, we'll have the equipment. We just need some people to video so we could play.
Yeah, we need one of those things that steadies the camera the whole time.
I don't know. We'll figure it out, but we're kind of excited about it.
But again, early stages. Don't expect anything like too super
Yeah,
soon.
it ain't coming out anytime
Probably have
soon.
like some simulator content.
Yeah. And like, it's not going to be a weekly thing. Like, it's not a podcast that comes out, boom, boom, boom. It's a YouTube channel that we will create content, hopefully like decently regularly. And it's like, well, I guess with the simulator, we could do it year round, but it's not going to be an every Monday type thing. It'll be hopefully a video or two a month kind of thing. It definitely it takes a lot more time and effort.
Yep.
And it's something new. Like, it took us a while to figure this stuff out. So,
Yeah. And there's still things that we're working out with this. So,
yeah. Cornfield Country Club, though.
Cornfield Country Club, CX3.
CX3.
Potentially coming soon. Potentially coming not so soon. We don't really know yet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that
Yeah.
that
I mean, after this, we're gonna have to make some purchases real quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think we could get it out decently soon.
Yeah.
I would think our
mean-
first video could drop in June.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's almost
Probably.
June though. Like literally
Very
next
soon.
Sunday or something.
No.
Not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
I'm so mad that I didn't realize.
Is that how you say that though? Right? When I say next Sunday,
I don't know.
It's
That's
annoying.
like one of the most confusing things. You okay back there?
Yeah.
You nonverbal today? What's wrong?
Nothing.
You've been very quiet. You got something on your heart?
No, I'm a quiet person. You know this.
Every time that we've asked you to talk, we've looked at you for direction, anything. Just back there, you're just not wanting to participate today? Your heart's not in it?
I don't know. You guys are just having good conversation. I ain't trying to
love you.
interrupt it. Love you.
What am I mad about?
next Sunday.
Oh, yeah, it's so stupid. Because
It's complicated because it makes sense, but it doesn't.
just like be ultra clear. Like the Sunday that happens
I just say the
after the
date.
one. What?
I would just say the date.
Yeah, I don't know about all
Sunday, June 1st. This is actually the date.
that. Which is cool, but I don't know what today is.
22nd. You don't have to like
So we're
sign
still
date,
like we're still like
date
having
things all day.
Like we're still what?
You don't ever have to like sign papers and date it or anything at work like during the day.
Not like super often.
Really?
I mean, there are things I have to put dates in on, but it's like whatever the day's date is, and it's like on my phone.
So you don't ever remember that?
Nope. I wouldn't say I'm like clueless, but like pretty much.
Yeah. When I think of when someone says next Monday or next Tuesday, I think of it as
The next one that happens. That's
nope.
how I think of it.
I think of it as farther.
Mm-mm.
The next week.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Because then I would say
that for sure doesn't
no.
make sense.
Because then what I would say this Sunday.
It makes more sense.
This Sunday would be in 2 days, 3 days from now. Versus next Sunday would be the following Sunday.
Yeah.
That's how I see a date.
Sure.
And I think that makes
Sure.
sense. But it also, the word next
I
would
can get
make
behind
sense
that.
that it's like the
right,
next Sunday.
Right. Like if I say, hey,
That's
man,
why it's
if I
confusing.
say, hey, man, I got something for you. Next time I see you, remind me. I don't mean 2 times from now. Remind me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's the fact that you can say this Sunday
I know, but I wouldn't. Yes.
or last Monday would be a
I'm
couple
just saying,
days ago.
I'm not saying that you're wrong at all.
No, I know.
agree
That's
with
just why
you,
it sucks. It's
but
confusing.
I'm saying like
English,
there
man.
needs to be like a more clear way of communication because that it doesn't really work like that for anything else that I can think of. The next time the Celtics play, I'm not talking about the game after the game that the next time they play.
English language just sucks.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's actually like a really hard language to learn.
Have you ever watched one of those videos that's like, it'll be like what English sounds like to a non-English speaking person? If you haven't, I would, any of you that's listening,
What
not
English
just
sounds like to a non-English speaking person?
yes. So like
what Spanish sounds like to me?
if I was just like, sure, or if I was like, oh, Chinese, and I just started like, I know, I probably can't do that, but like, you know exactly what I'm saying. If I just started like, oh, whatever, right?
Yeah.
The same way that sounds to us, it sounds like that. Like if I just say ching chong, right? Like you're like, okay, but you know that's I'm Chinese. Like that's what I'm saying, right? Right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Like what you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like the same way that like a Chinese person would speak Chinese and everything sounds correct, when they hear English, it's the opposite.
That's how every language would
I know.
be.
But I'm asking you, have you ever because I asked if you'd ever listened to it, and it sounded like you couldn't figure it out.
Ever listen to what?
What English sounds like to a non-English speaking person.
How would I know?
There's a video that you can watch. There's like multiple videos.
It would sound the same as me listening to someone else's language that I don't know.
No, but it's English.
What?
You have your phone?
Yeah.
Can you look what I'm...
Yeah.
So it's literally just...
So if I was to say...
No, it's the same cadence and the way that all of the words sound. It's just not real words. So you just don't understand any of what's being said.
What?
I know. Brock's going to play it. Brock's going to find a video
I'm
and
so
play it.
confused.
So I really just don't know how to explain it besides having Brock just like actually play a video and just like put it up to the microphone, I guess.
How do you know if it's going to be the right one?
I don't know. So there's either going to be a
There's
pause
some things I
and
just
then, like,
can't
a
wrap
little-
my head around.
What
like,
do you mean?
Just like easy things. Like what would it like? Kind of what you're trying to say, and I don't even know how to put this into words when I'm thinking, but just like people not understanding English, sometimes just can't put my head around it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, or like trying to put myself in shoes to where I don't understand English, where I don't like English isn't my primary language. Like I just can't do that. Versus like I literally could be like, it's the exact same thing as Spanish or Russian or whatever. Like, it's literally the same thing, but it's just not
Did you
English.
find one?
Yeah, but your Wi-Fi sucks.
Was it loading or what?
It's trying to.
One day my Wi-Fi won't suck. All right. Can you just play the video back?
Yeah.
All right.
How English sounds to
So Brock found one.
speakers. Have you ever stopped
You
to
gotta
think
put it
about
up
how
to the
foreigners
speaker
or
there.
people
Yeah,
who
turn
don't
it
speak
up,
English
brother.
hear English?
Brindley Fargold frowned a blorish glimpse, seeking the drimben gerunds of a queftish trun. Snaffles and bledders gleamed in the preful noit, where the yorn lights flickmish and the gristle winds flown. Trong, he whispered, do you snabber the questle of the brint? The trong gorgled back, its vornish eyes blinking in the snurlish gloam. Gressel yawned the thumple, it grov, pointing towards the frindlebrack. With a shovel, Brindley moved through the nunt,
I
his
don't
feet
think that's
crunching
right.
on the climmy grun.
The noit was quetish and dry.
Why would it sound like that to them? It would sound exactly the way
'Cause they
we're
don't-
talking.
Oh, because you don't know what he's saying.
He's speaking gibberish though. The guy's not even like there's
Dude.
there's an English word every other word.
I know, and
Like every 4 or 5 words, then you finally hear whisper or something. He repeats that like 7 times.
sure. Does he not get the concept or what?
I don't know.
Like
I'm so confused right now.
if someone was to,
no. You're not confused.
Well, I'm
You are not-
confused about him.
Okay. I was gonna say you're getting it.
if I was Chinese and I was to walk up to you, I don't know anything about English, whatever, never heard it before. You spoke to me in English, it would sound exactly how you're talking right now to me.
Yes,
It would not sound like that.
correct. Because I'm not saying what that is.
Yes.
Sure.
And then
if
when I speak Chinese, it's
Caleb,
going to be...
Can I just run this by you super quick?
Yeah.
If I'm speaking to you in English, you understand what I'm saying. If I started speaking to you in Chinese, you would just sit there and go, "Oh, he's just making noises, and I don't know what the noises mean." That's the point of the video.
Yeah, but it wouldn't sound like that, though. Because he's saying words that don't exist.
If I started speaking Chinese, you would go, "Oh, okay, I'm understanding."
I'm not saying he's going to understand. The Chinese person would have no clue what you're saying, but it would not sound like that.
It would sound like that if you didn't
They're
know.
trying to put it in perspective for you.
For you. They're putting it in perspective for you.
I know what it sounds like when someone speaks Spanish to me, and I'm just like, bro,
But this is English.
it's no different. It's just another language.
It is different.
No, it's not.
It is
It's
different.
just another language.
The point is to get you to understand what it sounds like to someone who does not speak English.
I know what it sounds like.
No, you don't, apparently.
I know what it sounds like to not understand a language. It's not any
But you
different no
don't-
matter what the
but
language
you don't
is.
know you don't know what it sounds like to not understand English.
Not like that.
Not like anything. You understand English. So there's nothing that can
It
say
would
that
sound like me just speaking the way I am. They're gonna hear the word that, the,
Yep.
the, love,
Yep.
the,
And they say all those words too. But when they say those words in Chinese, you sit there with a dumb look on your face because you don't understand what they're saying.
But what I'm saying is, I know they're not gonna understand what I'm saying, but it's not gonna sound like whatever the heck
Yes,
that was.
it is.
Play that again. That made zero sense. He's not even speaking real
No
words.
shit, because you understand English.
I get that I understand English. I'm saying
There's no words that he can say that you won't understand. If he speaks real English,
Play the thing
it's
real
not
quick.
going to sound like a
Play the
different
thing real
language because you
no,
understand
because I'm
English.
confused by it because he's not even speaking English.
That's the point, Caleb. That's the whole point,
I
Caleb.
get that, but I wouldn't be saying that
You would not,
when I'm speaking
you
to
would
someone.
not understand it if it was English.
I would not be saying those gibberish words to someone.
Are you? This is.
When I no,
Is this a bit?
no,
Are you
I'm
doing a
dead
bit?
serious. If I was to walk up to someone that never spoke English and I said, "Hi,
This
how
is-
are you?"
this is the
they would hear,
hardest.
"Hi, how are you?" They would not have no clue what it means, right? But
Yep.
it would be, "Hi, how are you?" That's how I would
Correct.
say it. That's what it would sound like.
That's great.
But they don't know what I'm saying.
Correct.
It's the exact same thing when I hear
So
Chinese.
it's gibberish to them.
But it's not that. Like, that's exaggeration because that's not what I said.
It has to be exaggeration because the point is to get someone who has
I know what it sounds like to not understand a language.
You don't know what it doesn't sound like to not be able to speak English, Caleb.
Not like that. He's not even speaking English.
If he spoke English, you'd understand it, right?
All I have to do is put
Nope.
myself...
Answer the question.
What?
If he was speaking English, you would be able to understand it.
Yes.
So then he doesn't need to make a video explaining to you how it would sound if you couldn't understand English.
What? Repeat what you just said.
He wouldn't need to make a video explaining what it would sound like to someone who knows English if they didn't know English. That's the point of the video. The point of the video isn't for a Chinese person to learn English. It's not for a
I'm
Chinese
just saying
person.
that's not even English. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's not even English. Like, no shit, they're not understanding what I'm trying to say because it's not even English.
Listen, I love you. I love you so much. This is bad. This is bad. This one is, and I'm so sorry, but this one is really bad. Like, this one isn't going over your head. This one's on the ground and you're underneath it still.
I feel like to understand what someone hears when I speak English, all I have to do is have the same feeling of what it sounds like to me when I'm listening to when I hear another language. That's the exact same thing. Like, we're never going to understand what someone hears when we speak English to them when they don't know English. Because that's not it. They're hearing, "Hi, how are you?" They just have no idea what that is. They've probably never heard the sound "huh" before. Or when someone says konnichiwa and I didn't know what that meant, I'd be like, what? Like, that's all I got to think about is when I'm in Uganda and they're speaking and I'm just like, dude, this makes zero sense to me. I understand that it makes zero sense to someone that doesn't know the language. But that wasn't even English.
I don't
do
know.
You want to try?
I don't know any other way to put it.
I don't. I literally can't think of another way of explaining to him that it's
I
not.
get he's trying to make me not understand what English is because the whole point is
No.
I'm supposed to be the Chinese man in this situation. It could be any nationality that doesn't know English. The point is that I'm not supposed to understand it. But I'm saying, like, it wouldn't sound like that. It would sound like, "Hi, how are you?" And they would just be like, "I don't know what you're trying to say." The sound doesn't change. They just don't understand what it means.
The sound of that. I mean, if somebody was just sitting in here and didn't know English and listened to our argument that we just had, they would probably still not be as confused as what was going on as you right now.
I don't know.
I mean, you could say those things. Exactly repeats video to someone who doesn't speak English, and they wouldn't know you weren't speaking English.
Yeah, they wouldn't know that you weren't speaking English.
Yeah, but the fact that I wasn't speaking English.
What?
If the dude's trying to get me to think of what it sounds like.
How do I get you to know something you already...
No.
How do I get you
will
to
you shut up so I
understand
can say this?
Yeah, you got
If the
it,
dude's
man.
trying to get me to understand what it sounds like to hear English for the first time, as someone that speaks English, why would he throw English words in there? Why would he say whisper every 4 words? I don't know what the word whisper means. So
You
why
know
isn't he
what
just
some
why isn't he just
foreign words
speaking?
mean.
You know
why
what?
isn't he just speaking
You just
gibberish?
told me konnichiwa. We both know what that means. Somebody just starts spewing Spanish out. I'm not going to pick up every word, but there might be some in there that I get.
So that's why he repeats whisper for like 7 times.
Is that the only part that you're caught up on? Is why there was some actual words that you could understand?
Maybe.
I mean,
Like if you like, it makes more
I'll be
sense.
fair.
It would make more
To be
sense
fair, that isn't like the best video I've seen on it.
to
Like, I've
make
seen a
it would
couple
make
of them
more
on
sense
TikTok,
for it
but,
just
like,
to be the gibberish that he was speaking. If I've never heard English before and it's just the gibberish that he was speaking, like that makes sense. But it's like, why gibberish? Couple real words that I know. Gibberish, like that. Just as someone that speaks and understands what whisper means, that's just confusing.
It's like when you go to Mexico and they say hola, that means hello. Like, then they're going to start spewing words you don't know anything means, and they'll be like,
Papas fritas, lechuga, tomato.
Yeah, but
Taco.
but
Right?
But we
we've
know what
learned
that
a little
means.
bit of. Do you know a single Chinese word? I don't.
No.
But
So
if
it
you were
would- it
going
would
on a
just sound
trip
like the
to
gibberish.
China, you'd prep yourself so that...
Nah.
No? You're just going in blind?
Yeah. Did you prep yourself to go to Uganda? Genuine, like actual question.
I tried. I didn't
I
go
didn't.
very well.
I actually didn't. I knew that most of them spoke English. Actually, most places do.
Can you just play the video back?
Sounds to non-English speakers. Have you ever stopped to think about how foreigners or people who don't speak English hear English?
Brindley Fargled frowned a blorish glimpse, seeking the drimben gerens of a queftish trun. Snaffles and bledders gleamed in the preful noit, where the yorn lights flickmish and the gristle winds flound. Tron, he whispered, do
It
you
just
snabba
sounds
the
like he's
questle of the
speaking
brint? The
like
Tron
another
gorgled
language.
back, its warnish eyes blinking in the
You got
snarlish
it.
glow.
Dude, nice. You got it. That's great. You understood. It's like he's speaking in another language, but you understand English. That's what it's supposed to be. Up top?
Like it sounded like Norwegian or something,
Sure.
but it's not English. I don't
Yep.
know.
Because if
Cool.
it was English, you'd understand.
This week's draft is board games.
You didn't lose,
I didn't lose.
but you are going last.
And I am going last. That's true. The order is going to be Brock, Brady, me. At this moment, we're not 100% sure Brock or Brady won, but one of them did win.
We do know that it was for sure not you since you weren't involved.
Exactly. So that's
So-
why I'm going last. But board games. Brock gets to go first.
Give me Monopoly.
Yep. That has to be 1-1.
That's gotta be number
That's
one.
1-1 no matter what. 1-1.
It's a heck of a pick. Really is a heck of a pick. This is one of them that's like there's just so many that it's like it almost makes it kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like the
You're
amount
gonna be
of
missing
it's
some.
like
You're going to be missing some heaters.
right, and it's like I don't know. Our just super quick. Would you consider a game like Apples to Apples to be a board game?
No, it's a card game. There's no board involved in that at all.
Okay. I just didn't know. Like, I didn't know. Sometimes you say board game and you mean like just like a game that you sit around your family and play.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Chutes and Ladders.
Dude, I was literally thinking that. I thought that would slip over here because that game, I just remember that as a child. It's such a boring game now. Like, if I was to go and play it now,
Yeah.
there's like nothing to it.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is, I got a ladder.
That's why it's nice. Escalator.
I was just thinking that.
It is literally that game.
That sucks. I'm gonna go another old throwback, Candyland.
Ooh, that's fire. That's a fire game.
Yeah. I was
forgot that
I was gonna
existed.
try to go Chutes and Ladders, and Candyland was gonna be my first two picks.
Yeah. Good pick.
Candyland, and then let's go. Let's go Checkers.
Okay. I like that.
It's a board game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Operation.
It's a good game.
My first one, I'm going to go with Battleship.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a great. That's a heater, actually. I wasn't even thinking that.
Yeah, that's been the only one I've been able to think of. That in Operation, so I appreciate that.
My goal.
You went first. What was your very
My
first
goal
one?
is to
Monopoly?
snipe
Monopoly.
in the middle. Just snipe as many as I can.
Wait, you sniped a good one for me.
Battleship, man. That might open up some other ideas for me. I got one that I need to try not to forget. And I forgot it. Oh, I got it back. We're good.
I'll go with Sorry for my next one.
Dang it. That was it. Son of a gun. That was it. That sucks. Oh, man.
I'm gonna go with chess.
You know how to play chess?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I'm not good at
Yeah.
all. Like I'm
I was
bad.
just curious.
I
I know we know how to play checkers.
Yeah. Yeah. There's that. They were wild.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to do that, actually. It's too similar. Man, I got to come up with two here. That's tough. Let's go Clue.
Yeah.
And then what?
Mm-mm.
I'm just trying to think of board games at the house right now. There's so many, but you can't think of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why can't I think of the?
Well, I just love that my brain is just only thinking of games like Apples to Apple, like anything that would be like, oh, let's play a board game that's not, it doesn't have a board.
Yeah.
Sorry is fire.
Sorry is a good one.
That's a good game.
I
I have one locked and loaded if you don't say it.
Let's go Trouble. It's a board game, right?
Yeah.
That's the where you hit the little thing and the dice come. It's like
I don't know
very
if I've ever
similar to
played that.
Sorry, but
Yeah. I'm going to go with Life.
it's a long game.
It is, but it's a classic.
That's a
It's
good
like,
game, though. Yeah.
I've got a hater for my last one. I'm excited about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Does Connect 4 count as board game? Because you're not playing on a flat board, but you gotta.
I mean,
I don't know.
I
genuinely
I
don't know.
like it. I think it's fun.
Sweet.
I think the thing is very important. I would say that's close enough to being a board. Like the
Oh yeah.
it's
Okay.
it's not cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. Well, this is actually what I think a board game is. It comes out of that little. It's in a box. That's not true. That's a card game too, like apples to apples.
Like apples to apples.
Yeah. Never mind.
Can I go with Guess Who?
Well, I still have another pick, so
That sucks. Take it, please, because that's actually fire. That is a really
I was
good game.
actually thinking about
That is
guess
a
who.
really good game.
That's unfortunate, Brady.
Are you
To
taking
think-
it?
Yeah.
That was
It's an all-time fumble.
that is a really good game too. I'm mad I didn't think about
I was thinking about that.
I had shut my brain off.
Now he
I
doesn't have
appreciate the
another
free
one.
pick.
Oh man, that's a heater. Brock is gonna win this draft.
I'm gonna go. Don't break the ice.
That was the other one I was thinking
That's a
of.
good one. That's a good one. Oh man. I'm just trying to think if I was to walk into a game store right now.
Ear torture.
Oh man.
I was trying to think of like if I was just standing at like
A Walmart.
at Walmart
at the
or
game.
Target
Yeah.
or whatever, and just like staring down the. And the only game that I could think of was Apples to Apples. And Cards Against Humanity. Just adult Apples to Apples.
I don't know, man. Mousetrap? I'm gonna go Mousetrap. That's what it's called, right?
I think so.
Yeah. You know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Like you created like a. I don't even know how to describe it. Trying to trap the mouse, and you gotta do it by creating some. I don't even know.
Okay.
Brock, I'm curious. Once you recap this, can you just look up top board games? I want to see some of the ones that we missed.
Yeah.
Because I was struggling there towards the end of what to think of.
Honestly, you don't even need to run it back.
Yeah, no need to run it
I
back.
know what
We
they
know
are,
what they
'cause-
are. I guess it was funny. Oh man, that sucks.
Whatever.
It's almost worse than passing the ball on the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
Almost.
it probably is worse. Did you look it up?
Look my new hat.
Yeah, I'm trying to find one.
Sunday.
A lot of these have card games in them.
It's an Adidas hat.
I thought it said Sunday Pink. I was like, what? Because the S kind of looks like a K from here. And don't, is it like velvet?
Corduroy is what you're thinking of.
I don't like that. I don't like those kind of hats.
Why? It's fire.
I like the design and everything. I don't like that kind of whatever you material.
Mattel.
Mattel.
Fitting.
It's like all these board games that keep popping up are games I've never heard of.
Really? What
Yeah.
are some of them?
Well, now I'm on a different list.
Shit.
I went to Images. That was a lot better. You got Settlers of Catan.
Yep. Good game. Didn't think anyone would know it.
Scrabble.
That's a good one.
Words with friends.
I don't know how to play Bagamon, but I've heard of it.
Bagamon. Is that with the little black and white disc-like
Yeah,
things?
I'm pretty sure.
Chinese checkers. I wonder what English checkers sounds like to Chinese people. If you can't find it, I was just curious if there was like one that
So we
was just
got 'em
like
all.
crazy. Yeah, our list
Don't
is.
spill the beans. Oh, fire. That's a fire
that?
game.
I don't even think I know what that is.
It's literally it's on this little platform, and it's basically like a tiny little bowl, and then it's a pot of beans. And then these 2 little sticks that come up, and it sits with these 2 little things off the side of the pot. And then it's suspended above the little bowl.
You
Okay?
might just have to
So
stop. 'Cause I don't
then
know.
on top, it already has like the thing. Basically, it's just like a flat surface with like some beans in there already, right? And then you have all these beans, and you set them on the thing, and then whoever puts the dude. What about like Jenga? Does that count? Is that a board game?
I don't know.
I mean, it's our.
I would
our
love to see what
rules.
the definition of a board game is.
I would also, with whatever percentage you have left on that phone of yours.
That's all I need to know because I am curious.
Seen that?
Yeah, baby. That's a good game, brother.
I don't know.
That's a good game, brother. Should play it sometime. My parents got it.
All right.
We used to have it, but I don't know. It's probably been.
Bryce probably ate all the beans.
We're giving Bryce
just-
so much heat this
just-
week for no reason.
He's just sitting like facing a corner, crisscross apples.
Do you think I could say the Walmart story, Brock
The Walmart story.
and Bryce? Like that just happened.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
The dude that was working at Walmart. The easiest job he could have was just go. Was he taking carts out or something, or collecting them?
Who?
No, he does the Walmart pickup
Bryce does?
Yeah, and wherever Western
in
is.
Macomb. So Bryce
yeah.
does Walmart pickup because he needs a job. School's out. He
Mhm.
has a lease on an apartment.
Right.
And so he's doing Walmart pickup, and the brakes on his cart broke, and he didn't know it, and then just ran his cart into someone's car.
The lady was out there and saw it.
Oh, yeah. Like, they just, like, you just, like,
He's
sit
like-
in the car and, like, open the door. So she's just sitting in there while she gets freaking ramrodded by all of her groceries.
He said there was no damage to the car, but
He's like, "Do
She
you need
was
me to get my
pissed.
manager?" And she's like, "No, I'll handle it."
What does that mean?
So basically, though, he no
Come
longer
back
works
here
at
later with your
Walmart.
friends?
I think that was his first day. I don't know if it was, but that
it was one of his first days.
I didn't know they had brakes. Like what?
Yeah, probably just, like, on the cart, little, like, hand brake, and it just slows it down or something.
Just to make it. I
I
mean,
don't know.
some of the people order a lot of stuff. It could probably get pretty heavy.
Yeah.
It's like automated or something. That was so funny. He was trying to blame it on the wind and stuff.
Yeah, he said the wind took a hold of his cart, and
Wind was howling. Dogs were barking.
Oh,
so the Google says a board game is a type of tabletop game that involves small objects that are placed and moved in particular ways on a specifically designed pattern game board.
yeah.
So most of what we said.
Yeah, I think everything that we
Enough.
said. Yeah. I think the only one that I would be questionable about would be Operation.
And Connect 4.
Nah, I think Connect 4 would fit that.
I think Operation fits it.
Really?
I mean, Don't Break the Ice, too, is... And
Connect 4 is...
you're not moving little pieces around a board.
No, it's
A specifically your
design thing. It didn't
yeah,
say board.
so Monopoly.
There was no word.
Monopoly is your base for what a board game is. So anything that's not like a Monopoly style game where you have like a little piece that goes around a board is not a board game. So Guess Who is not a board game. Don't Break the Ice is not a board game. Connect 4 is not a board game.
I don't think that's what it was
Operation is not a board game.
saying. It didn't say anything about a board, though.
Read it again.
It said a specifically designed
Board.
tabletop thing.
Tabletop.
A
yeah,
Connect
it-
4
no.
specifically,
A specifically
designed
designed pattern game board.
Pattern game board.
game board. I didn't hear the word game board.
You weren't listening for it. I'm just
So did I win? Because I think all mine fit.
Nope. Because you approved them all.
Yeah, I did. All right. Been an episode?
It has been an episode. This has been a good episode, I think.
Yeah.
It gets the people going.
Yeah, we'll see. That might just sound dumb. I don't know. I just need one person to be like, Caleb, I understand. Like, I got you, bro.
He's the guy that wants an answer and Googles it and goes through 40 different tabs to find the answer he wants.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes. When I feel like I have it, like I know it, but it's not the like
You know it's
popular
bad
answer.
if you formulate the question to find the answer you want.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Episode 44 though, good episode. Be on the lookout and for what time for
Cornfield Country Club,
Yep.
baby. CX3.
CX3. It'll be fun.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be fun. Hopefully it starts. Hopefully it.
We told you, we were honest about it. We said it's just
Soft
an idea.
launch.
Soft launch. Yep. But yep. Appreciate y'all. See you.
Did you?
Yeah,
listen
that
to
was
the-
hilarious. It's like she never listened
I
to
know,
an
literally
episode
was like,
before.
Say anything. And she goes, peace.
See you.
Peace.